I'm Roger with Synthesizers.com, and here's a tour of the Thought Box. The Thought Box is a special collection of modules for creating standard analog synth sounds and for creating bizarre experimental sounds and patterns. The Thought Box starts with our metal Box 11 cabinet that has built-in multiples and a built-in power harness with LEDs. That saves you a couple of spaces. The sides are solid walnut. Thought Box includes a power supply and a batch of molded patch cables. Thought Box has 11 spaces. 2 of them are blank for future expansion. The first one here on the left is the Q174 Midi Interface. This takes Midi from your computer or from an external keyboard, and it creates pitch and gate signals that are used by the analog synthesizer to create sounds. There's actually 2 channels here, a top and a bottom, and the bottom channel can also be used to extract pressure, off velocity, or CCs. There are 2 oscillators. These are Q167 LFO++ oscillators. They can be used in low frequency mode for modulation, or they can be used in audio mode to generate audio signals with some very unique wave shapes. Each Q167 has a built-in envelope generator with attenuators, and it has a built-in VCA. So each Q167 is essentially 3 or 4 modules all wrapped into one. There's 2 of those. The next module is the Q173 Gate Math module. It creates an output of 4 patterns based on an input clock or the internal clock. This can be used to create sequences or bizarre patterns and modulations. The next module is the Q112 mixer. It's a 4-channel mixer with 3 knobs, and it can be used to create sequences from the Q173 Gate Math module, or it can be used simply to mix audio from the 2 oscillators. The next module here is the Q107 State Variable Filter. It has 4 outputs: high pass, band pass, notch, and low pass, and it also has voltage control of resonance, which can be very powerful. Module number 10 here is the Q109 envelope generator. It takes the gate in and creates an envelope. And the 108 here is our final VCA, normally controlled by the Q109 envelope generator. Here's a 2 oscillator synth patch. Here's a 1 oscillator synth patch that'll go from MIDI to 1 audio oscillator into our filter, but we're going to use our second oscillator as a modulator for the filter and for the oscillator and anything else we want. And here's amplitude modulation, also known as tremolo. Here's a self-contained pattern patch. We're not going to use MIDI. We're just going to create a set of patterns with the Q173 Gate Math module and using our oscillators through the filter just like normal. Now we we have two more outputs that we can use for different things. Let's use the third one to do some filter modulation. And we have this fourth one that we can use for something else. We could trigger the gate on this first oscillator and use its internal envelope generator to create some unique effects. Okay, that's a tour of the Thought Box. It's very powerful. It can be used with an external MIDI source, or it can be used standalone to create interesting patches and experimental music.